suit up of non-conference play for the Big 12's 12th-ranked Kansas State Wildcats as they beat Southern out of the SWAC, last year's SWAC tournament champions, in the final game before the holiday break. Courtside with you, Brian Smolder with former All-Big 12 guard Missy Decker-Heinrich. Glad you could join us as the Wildcats prepare to take on Southern. We profiled not Ayoka Lee, who has been among the headlines all season long, but instead the other all-conference pick for the Wildcats, the first-teamer in Gabby Gregory.
Well, there's a reason why this team is 11-1, and you have to have balance, and that is a lot because of Gabby Gregory, the 5'11" guard from Oklahoma, first-team All-Big 12 pick a year ago. She's had her struggles this season with some nagging injuries and confidence, but coming back with her scoring and the intangibles as a rebounder and a distributor, those are the things she brings to the floor. For Southern, this is a team that is led by their point guard, Chloe Fleming, the 5'6" super senior. She has started all 8 games so far this year, 7.5 points a game this season. She leads the Jaguars in assists. She's been a constant presence on the floor all season. She can get downhill. You got to guard them one-on-one.
The 1991 college slam dunk champion, Carlos Funches, who was a star at Louisiana Monroe, and now into the NBA, now the head coach at Southern in his 6th season. What do you have for his keys to victory for today's game?
Well, for this Jaguar squad, number 1 is the pressure campaign. They've got to pressure Kansas State at all positions tonight. You've got to try to keep them off balance. And confident shooters, they've got to step up and knock down shots. You're not going to get many chances versus this Kansas State defense. And when you do, you've got to shoot the ball with confidence. For Kansas State, the focus for 40 Bryan, this will be a lot of different lineups tonight for Kansas State. Different combos on the floor. Everyone has to stay focused for 40 minutes. This is the last run before the holiday break. You've got to be ready to go. And that balance sheet, we're looking for multiple scorers tonight, multiple people to be in the rebounding column. A full team effort from start to finish.
Sophie Smith is the 3rd member of our crew. We'll hear from Sophie coming up a little bit later on some of the thoughts of Jeff Biddy after the matchup with Oral Roberts on Monday prior to today's matchup with Southern. K-State coming off a 102-59 thrashing of Oral Roberts on Monday night. This is their 3rd game in 5 days. Already right to work. Gabby Gregory is still taking the basket and scored. And the Wildcats are on the board. As you see the Southern starting 5, it's been this group for most of the season. They've dealt with some injuries, particularly Genovia Johnson. They're starting all preseason all-conference picks. Not in the lineup again today. She did play for the first time against Nebraska on Sunday. We should expect to see her at some point. Jaguars get on the board, a team that has struggled to score these years. You see the same starting 5 for Jeff Biddy he's had all season long. Lee looking for her first touch on the offensive end, coming off her 53rd career double-double for K-State, which broke the school record. So now buries the 3 on the right side, and the Wildcats are running for long distance.
And you've got to be able to identify when a tough pass is caught even low for Lee. She knows that someone's going to be available to double team. That means another player is open. Sundell shooting the ball in rhythm.
Hanging and scoring in the lane, Taylor Williams.
And Williams averaging just about 9 points a game so far this season. Southern is her 4th stop in her collegiate career, but trying to find some consistency on the floor.
Nice back cut. Glenn to Glenn, twin sister to twin sister, but Bromley unable to finish. Jaguars quickly back the other way, averaging just 53 points a game. Shooting just 36% from the field as a squad, 25% behind the arc. Offense has been their issue.
You'll see high volume shooting at some point or another, but the biggest factor, Brian, is that it's trying to get good shots within the framework. You're going to put it on the floor and try to force people to have to guard you one-on-one.
Wildcats to the offensive end. Jalen Glenn's first 3-pointer out there, an offensive rebound for K-State. Lee had a defender fall down, scores, and on the follow gets fouled. She'll head to the line for an and 1.
Bit of a broken play, but Kansas State able to capitalize. You've got a player down for Southern, and then an opportunity to see her wide open. And a great pass from Sundell. Vision up, eyes up, see the floor, take the easy one. That's the layup and the and 1 for Ayoka Lee.
Lee coming off 24 points, 21 rebounds against Oral Roberts the other night. And the first thing she said afterwards was talking about her free throws. She went just 2 of 7 for a near 80% free throw shooter for her career. She was quite frustrated about that. That's her first today.
Very uncharacteristic of Lee because she became such a consistent shooter prior to last season, sitting out and having and knowing that that's where you can force teams to kind of pay for putting you at the free throw line.
As a team, the Wildcats have struggled from the line to 68%, 12th best in the conference. Heading into play today, Sundell in the lane, dumps it down to Lee, trying to fight through a double team and a foul before she got the shot off.
And it's going to be physical. That is one thing Kansas State is going to see tonight from this Southern team. They're going to push, they're going to shove, they're going to make you earn every single one of these possessions in that half court. And whether you put it on the floor and try to get to the rim or you're trying to feed that post, you got to take care of the basketball.
Gregory, shot fake and scored. So Gregory, the last few games had been waiting behind the arc to shoot her first shots. Today, attacking the rim to begin the game.
And sometimes you just got to see the ball go through the basket. Take the easy ones when they come.
Fleming, a strong drive, draws contact. She'll get a foul. No finish, but she'll get some free throws out of it.
And we mentioned it at the start. That is one of the things you're going to see from Chloe Fleming is she's going to get downhill. She's been a consistent presence for Southern all season long, and part of that is her ability to create, not only for herself, but for her teammates. Now she's going to get a chance at the free throw line. This is not a team that has shot it all that well from the line so far this season as a group, under 50%. But if you're Fleming and you know that you can get downhill and force Kansas State to have to make a decision, this is where you can make a pay.
Super senior. One of a couple on the squad for Southern. Who season's second team SWAC pick. Heading into this year again. Southern won the SWAC tournament last year to get back to the NCAA tournament. Glenn into the lane, had the ball knocked away. Lee hits the ground hard, but it looks to be all right. And go the other way. Fleming into the lane. Ball popped away by Riley Glenn on the sideline. She'll pick it up. K-State's got the ball and steal. Riley Glenn has been a defensive force early this season. Gregory now will shoot a three. It's off. And the rebound tap back by Lee. Sundell right around the defender and scores.
Extra possession, such a critical piece of what K-State has done through these first 12 games, whether it's going to be a simple offensive board and putback, or you mentioned it, the tap back to keep the possession alive that gets this Wildcat team back in offense and opportunity to score.
Jumper drilled by Lidge, Tiana Lidge. 6'4" junior from El Paso.
You see right away Southern wanting to pull Lee out of the middle of the lane. That's where teams have had some success so far this season against this Kansas State defense.
Jalen Glenn pours in a three-pointer on the assist from Riley Glenn.
It's been big third quarters. We saw a huge second quarter as well as a big third quarter in scoring the basketball over the last couple games for this K-State offense. But here, coming out hot to start the first quarter, a good sign where they've had some struggles at the beginning of games.
Yeah, I think that was a point of emphasis from Jeff Biddy. Again, we'll hear from Sophie about some of his messaging after the game the other night. Wanted to start fast, and the Wildcats have done that. Riley Glenn hammers a three. The Wildcats 7 of 10, 3 of 5 behind the arc.
It goes with the methodology that you've got to decide. You pick your poison of how you want to deal with Ioka Lee in the middle. Right now, Southern knows that they're going to clamp in that lane. They've given up the skip pass and wide open threes.
Williams sticks it up the long jumper. That won't go. The rebound to Gregory. Gregory has the ball stripped and stolen. That was Fontenot who got in there. Knocked it away. In transition, the ball finds Williams. Shot foul and missing. Gregory goes down on a heap. And Williams looks a little banged up. What a favor.
Bit of a collision here, but a great pass to be able to find an open player. And then as Williams goes up, she took it in the face, almost just took a head. I almost looks like she may have hit head to chin. And that's a tough blow for both of them.
Gregory's going to come over and talk with Coach Biddy, make sure she's all right. See Gregory trying to collect herself. Man, she got, again, just popped.
Yeah, she's come out of the ball game. Williams will head to the free throw line and regroup herself. But all of that coming from aggressive defense from Southern, trying to push pace a little bit more, see if they can't get this K-State team up and down.
So Williams looks to be all right. She'll go to the free throw line. I could read the lips. Gregory may have lost a tooth on that collision. She's at the end of the bench. Williams hits the first. One more coming up. K-State don't want a 6-0 run. That gets ended with that free throw. If she makes this one. And she does. So 1 and a 2 for Williams. She'll check out. And Survival Legends will come in, a sophomore from Brooklyn, New York.
There is some depth to this Southern roster, and that's one of the things that Carlos Funches has, is that he's going to be able to put in a lot of different faces, kind of triage in and out, so they can apply pressure, they can continue to be aggressive defensively. That's where you have to be able to make your hay here against this K-State offense.
Heavenly Greer has come in for Lee. She has the ball right now. Greer through the lane, kick out to Sundell, back to Greer underneath the basket, trying to create her own room. Missed the first, missed the second. Fight for the rebound will go to Southern. And we'll get a timeout. A good start by the Wildcats. And we'll talk with Sophie Smith when we return.
Welcome back to Big Tub now on ESPN Plus. I'm Sophie Smith. In their game on Monday against Oral Roberts, Coach Jeff Minnie said that he didn't think that they executed on the things that they pride themselves for, like talking on defense and offensively playing together. He said when asked about it that at this time of the season you can make a lot of excuses, but at the end of the day, the standard is the standard. And if you're falling below that, the leaders on the team need to pick it up.
And that was a big point of conversation after that game. Thank you, Sophie. About not looking at the scoreboard, but going after perfection on each possession on both ends of the court. Terrence Sides is coming along with Ziana Walker for K-State. The Wildcats go to some of their younger group, their bench core. Sanchez with the ball at the moment. There's Walker, the Louisville transfer. Shot clock to 10. Just did a bit out of sorts. Sanchez, top fadeaway, will hit the rim, but Southern comes away with the rebound.
An incredibly disjointed offensive possession right there for Kansas State. Not in any kind of flow, but give credit this Southern defense. They're going to smother you. They're going to get up in your grill, and you've got to be able to handle pressure. Their issue, what they've had all season through their first 9 games or so, is the fact that they have not been able to convert on the other end. When they can get stops, they haven't been able to make teams pay. But this K-State squad, no matter, we said it at the top, you got to have focus no matter who's in the lineup here tonight.
Sides starting to go, was fouled up top by Kayla Ovillo.
And a bit of a point of emphasis, again, is that hand check and that contact with the dribbler. You're going to see it cold all season. We've seen it so far in the non-con. It will be a point of emphasis as teams start to get into conference play.
See if K-State can do a little better this time around. Sides left open, will take the jumper, will miss back iron. Sides one of the better assist to turnover ratios in the country. Offense not yet coming along for the freshmen, but they have not yet said that. Oh, the gap goat is, there you go. First of the night. You've missed the story all season long. The gap goat is kind of a team mascot this year, adopted its principles of defense. 3 consecutive stops without a basket or shot going in for the other team is considered a gap. Get 7 of those a game. Your chances of winning, according to analytics, close to 90%. So the goat goes up each time they get one. Tough pass by Jada Glenn Greer, knocked away. 2 consecutive stops for Southern after K-State torched them the first few times down the court. Driving basket, rejected by Greer. Tough pass, Sides wanted Walker to go up. And a turnover by Sides.
And again, we've seen disjointed now the last few possessions here for Kansas State. A great help side from Heavenly Greer to be able to release and come over. And she stays vertical, no contact. The dribbler goes down, but that was not because of her. A clean block, but yet Kansas State cannot convert on the other end with the turnover by Sides. trying to do a little bit too much in transition. That ball's got to get to the middle of the floor. 2-on-2, you've either got to attack earlier or you've got to wait and think about secondary break opportunities.
Each of these two teams have missed their last few times down. Southern 0 for the last 6, K-State 0 for the last 4. Legions in the lane, have the ball go off the foot, comes to K-State. Sanchez travels.
And there's that pressure again, and we have seen it here in this first quarter. It has caused some issues for Kansas State. Disjointed possessions, not necessarily getting good movement or being able to find some open lanes in the half court, and even in the full court, just a little bit of token here or there, and it can disrupt you. We've seen that disruption so far from this Jaguar D.
State, a team that only turns it over 13 times a game. They have turned it over 5 already here in the first. Genovia Johnson, preseason all-conference pick, step-back jumper.
And that's the range. You're going to see a lot of mid-range jumpers, an opportunity to go one-on-one. This is a great test here defensively tonight for Kansas State, a group that has struggled in guarding players one-on-one.
Third turnover in as many possessions for Kansas State.
Actually, they continue to mount, Brian, because that's 5 over the last about 3:45 here in this first quarter. And I don't think Jeff Mittie at all happy about the focus and the execution that he's seeing right now, even with both of his starters, but yet a few bench players in the lineup.
Their starters just returned to the last whistle. Trying to get back on track. K-State opened the game as well as they have in recent memory. Mid-range jumper may have been partially blocked by Lee. It was attempted by Lidge. Lee gets it all the way for the basket. Ball knocked away, comes to Sundell. 10 on the shot clock. Thought about lobbing it to Lee. Now it comes from Walker, and that results in an easy basket.
Great decision by the freshman. Could have thought about the 3, but that's not her game. But yet you got to find your 6'6" All-American in the post. She needs those touches down low.
Sundell couldn't get the pass from the right side. Skip pass results in an open lane.
Ball movement does great things in the half court, and when this team gets stagnant, we've seen what happens. They turn it over. Better ball movement, you get an open look, and you put it in the hands of Lee.
Rebound for Southern. Missed layup though on the drive by Johnson. Or by Gordine, I should say, who's coming off the bench. Anaya Gordine. As you said, this is a team that will run as many as 14 players out on the court. Sundell in the lane. Good pass to Lee. Hits the shot. They're going to wave it off. Say she was fouled before the shot.
And Carlos Funches,
now they have a conversation here.
He is begging for the 3-second call, and Ioka Lee, close to being whistled there. She's camped in there pretty hard, but yet a lot of hold, and the whistle comes prior to the shot.
I think they might change this.
And they may change it. You're absolutely right. It looks as though they are thinking about it. No shot, but the foul will be called on the,
Lidge.
That'll go against Lidge. You mentioned the miss by Lidge on the other end, but what it continues to do in those matchups, Brian, is it pulls Ioka Lee out of that middle of the lane. They want that mid-range look for these Southern post players and those swing forward players. But now 20 on that reset. K-State with it out of bounds underneath.
Throw in the lead, back to Sundell. Serena. Inside, missed the shot, hit the ground, no whistle. Final shot belongs to Southern if they want it. 20-point first quarter for Kansas State. It's 4-15 on the Jaguars, but a chance to get the last word here. Pull within 3 possessions. 3-quarter top, partially tipped by Sanchez. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Sundell in the lane, hangs, scores! The height and length of Sundell allows her to be able to get that shot and give K-State a 22-11 lead after 1.
Live sports.
possession here. Good ball reversal is going to come from Serena Sundell. Nothing on her side of the floor. Lee is not available. The skip pass goes to the freshman Zaya Walker, and now you're going to see Ioka Lee be able to move on the pass and feed the post. A great decision by the freshman not to take the three, but instead Southern late on reversal defensively, and you've got an easy bucket. The first of 2 assists for Walker in that first 10 minutes, and Ioka Lee 2 of 2 from the field, 5 points for the Cats.
They try to do it again right here. Sides lobs it up for Lee this time, and she'll be fouled on the shot. So a little bit of a different variant of that same play. Sides getting a little bit farther off the baseline and lobbing it up.
Well, you've got to be able to see that there is an advantage. And so this Kansas State squad's got to read the defense. You've got to know where she is. I like the one dribble baseline for Sides. It forces Fleming to have to make a choice. She can't necessarily then just clamp down on Lee in the post. You got a defender one-on-one that's going to give you more options. Great hands by Lee to be able to catch, take the contact, and get herself to the line.
She hits both free throws. Lee is 3 of 3, has 7 points. The Wildcats, who have shot it well to begin this ball game, lengthen their lead a bit. Williams blocked by Lee. And the ball out of bounds to Southern.
And that's what you're going to continue to see here for the next 33 quarters is the Southern team put it on the floor and look to get to the rim. They want to force Kansas State into fouls. A little bit of contact there by Lee. She may have gotten away with one, but in help side, which is good rotation defensively.
Fontenot pulls for a screen from Lidge. Whips it to Fleming. 3-pointer on his way. Not there. Rebound, out of bounds to K-State.
Good ball movement by the Jaguars. Got an open look from 3, but this has been a squad that just has struggled all season to shoot the basketball. We mentioned it earlier for them, just 36% from the field, 27% from behind that 3-point line. So it is not a big piece of their game. And the confidence to be able to shoot the ball and knock down open shots, that's been a struggle all year.
Sundell trying to go inside and maybe pass the lead. Got fouled. That'll be on Gordine. One of the issues for Southern, now there's 2 things to consider when you talk about Southern. One, they play a murderer's row, as many SWAC teams do, of teams, Power 5 teams to begin the year, all of them on the road. That's how you help fund the program. You get the checks to pay. Southern carries a 3-pointer. So the other part of this is they've been baked up. And Gordine, a mid-year transfer, hasn't been eligible until just Sunday against Nebraska. Genovia Johnson, we mentioned earlier, shoulder surgery the offseason. She's just become cleared to play. That's a couple of starters potentially there. You have a couple of post players that are with them because of injury. So it's been, not only are you playing bigger schools, better teams, but you don't have 4 bullets in the gun, so to speak. I mean, it's a little difficult.
Yeah, when you go up against big-time competition, you want to be at full strength. And Southern most definitely has not been so far in this season. The hope for them is that when they get into SWAC play, that they do have everyone. But you go back a year ago, this is a group that peaked at absolutely the right time. So you play that challenging schedule this time of year, but then they captured the SWAC conference title in the tournament last season, got that automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. You ask any mid-major program across the country, they know their leagues are 1-bid leagues. I got to find a way to peak when it comes to March and get that automatic qualifier in the conference tournament.
Yeah, we were talking about that with Jackson State when they were here earlier this season. How the same idea. This is all part of just building up, getting ready for that end of the season in March, being at your best. Steal by Wiley Glenn. Jalen Glenn thought about it, decides to take it, can't hit the 3.
And the challenge for Southern, they have played Baylor, Texas, Iowa State. This is their 4th Big 12 team. Again, a lot like Oral Roberts, who we saw on Monday night here in Bramlage Coliseum. Some of these squads kind of feeling like the honorary members of a new look Big 12.
Timeout, Carlos Funches, as K-State starting to turn up the defensive pressure. Couple of turnovers. Takes us to a timeout. Wiley Glenn, the benefit of the run out.
Day on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus.
Chad Willie here at Bramwich Coliseum in this final game for the men or the women at Bramwich Coliseum before the holiday break. Kansas State got off to a fast start. They are up 9-0 here in the second quarter, but Jeff Biddy, ever the perfectionist, had a message for his team during that timeout. For more on that, let's go to Sophie Smith.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Coach Finney was really talking about the execution in their offense, how they're over-dribbling and not being aggressive enough, and they need to work better going off of their ball screens.
Good stuff there for Sophie. A couple of face-up jumpers by the posts that are coming off the bench. As the third gap goat is raised by the bench. Riley Glenn, a nice slide.
That's using the ball screen and being able to read the defense. You saw Riley Glenn set that screen, and then no one there to help. So if you're going to slip, then you got to look to score.
Assist for Sides. That's her first. The run she's been on to begin the year. Passing the ball. Sundell and Lee fighting for the rebound. Lee has 2 boards. One more would move her into a tie with Nicole Oldie on the all-time rebounds list. She chases down 1,000 career rebounds. Sides. Uses the glass.
You got to keep that dribble alive against pressure, and even when you come inside that three-point line, things get real close and get tight. But give credit to the freshman because she doesn't pick that dribble up in traffic, keeps it alive, and creates for herself that time.
Prolific score on the high school ranks. Wildcats have not asked her to do that yet.
She hasn't necessarily, I mean, she hasn't needed to, and I think that's one thing that we've seen and you understand. And I have to tip my hat in the sense that she knows what her role is that it is not to be a prolific scorer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you this, anybody that plays Division I, they were all a prolific scorer in high school. Everybody's a scorer in high school. It's about what your role is when you come to this level and to your team. And if you can understand that, then you're going to get minutes on the floor. You do what your coaches ask you to do, you're going to get minutes. That's why you're seeing that about some of these young players for Kansas State right now.
More on Terrence's side. Let's go to Sophie Smith.
Thanks, Brian. Taryn has been such a powerful force off the bench for this 12th-ranked Wildcats team. Gabby Gregory's first memory of Sides was actually last season when she'd come on a visit, and when she saw her, she just thought she was so little. But now Gregory says that she plays way bigger than she is. She continued to say that she's come into her role really well, leading the country in assist-to-turnover ratio, and she's been pleasantly surprised with how she's been playing at this point in the season.
I think we jinxed her. She got poked from behind and turned it over, but so that quote from Gregory was hilarious because Gabby is one that pulls no punches. I just says whatever is on her mind. Ultra confident sort of personality, and it was busted up everybody in the post-game press conference room when she delivered that message. She didn't understand when Sides came to say hello. She thought it was a young fan, like a kid that came onto the court. Saying, "Oh, you're going to be playing with us, okay?" Lee got good position, turns and scores.
So easy right now for Ioka Lee, and a heads-up play from the other freshman, Ziana Walker, to be able to find her when she steals down low. And these two out front, one a redshirt, but only played 5 games a year ago at Louisville before she took the medical redshirt. So not a ton of experience. And you think about the situations that they've been put in here early in their careers, on the road in Iowa, neutral site games against Western Kentucky, North Carolina, Iowa again, and stepping up and making plays when they need to. They're still learning. They're gonna have their bumps in the road. That's what freshmen are all across the country. But when you can step up and be contributors this early in the year, that's a great sign as this team looks ahead to Big 12 play.
Southern had mass substitutions, but they took 5 off the court and left 4 out there. And get somebody back in the game. Genovia Johnson got back in there. I don't know that Carlos Funches was headed for a Hoosiers moment. No, my team's on the floor. Johnson forces one up. Lonnie Lester in for the first time. Another redshirt freshman. A lot of youth on the bench for K-State that has made a big impact here early. Gregory lets go with guard at 3. Sanchez thought Lester was getting it. Lester thought Sanchez was going to get it. Southern comes away with it. Running layup won't go, and Sanchez the rebound.
The hardest thing that you see about this other team is they work so tough in the half court defensively. It is the pressure, and you see it time and time again. They just cannot convert on the other end of the floor.
Walker just explodes in the basket. So smooth to lay it in.
This is a great opportunity, I think, for Jeff Liddy's offense to really be able to focus on that downhill movement. Get to the rim, whether it's a drive and kick or a drive and finish. Either way, this KC team doesn't necessarily need to settle for threes against a team like Southern. You got to attack them each and every trip. When you get open threes, whether it's on the skip or good ball movement, making the next pass, those are the ones you're looking for. But right now, I think the dribble penetration, name of the game for Kansas State.
And they have some people that can provide that. Gregory, of course, made that a big part of her game last year, her first with K-State. Walker, perhaps the best. We've seen Sundell do it a couple of times. Sanchez the Nova pass to Walker. Sides trying to open up the defense a bit. Walker, who's had a hot hand behind the arc to start the season, gives to Gregory. Here is Gabby Gregory doing exactly like you said, Missy, driving and scoring.
Don't settle. Don't settle for a guarded three when I can get to the rim. Take the contact and finish. You don't get the whistle, but you like to see this aggressiveness from Gabby Gregory. She's got to continue to be a scorer. Has to be much more assertive as this team gets ready for Big 12 play.
Shot put up by Castro won't go. Walker in transition. Lester had it poked away, comes back to K-State with Gregory. The Wildcats will reset. Sides. Air got in a bit of a pickle, but Gregory was open for a three. Sides trying to put it back in on the board. Coaching to get it back. Here's Sanchez. Lester, a face-up jumper. How about that?
That all comes from secondary opportunities and just keeping the possession alive. But a step-back jumper and a face-up from the redshirt freshman. Another addition to the game. Can you do that with consistency? That's going to be the question from the coaching staff.
Legal screen set up top by Castro. That'll be her third. The starting post player for Southern now in some foul trouble with 3. And Jamia Harris will come in for the first time for K-State. Let's look at this screen here.
Gregory sells it a little bit, just gets caught up, kind of going on the backside, but yet there's a lot of contact, and Castro gets that whistle. Point of emphasis, it has been over the last couple of years in both the women's and the men's game. You're going to see it all over the place. Turn your TVs on during the holidays and get ready for conference play, because you're going to see a lot of moving screens and offensive fouls called going the other direction.
Sides getting a lot of time here, running the show for the Wildcats late in the first half. So they're getting an extended break along with Lee, with the Wildcats up 30. Sides around the defense, gives to Lester, another long jumper on its way. This one a little too long, and a rebound found underneath. Gregory was trying to get around Obillo, and I think, again, Gregory sold the foul, the contact. She's good at that, and we'll head to the free throw line as that's the 5th foul on Southern.
It's one place where Gabby Gregory really made people pay a season ago was her ability to get to the free throw line. This season, just 8 of 17, less than 50% from the charity stripe. But I think a lot of that comes back to something we mentioned at the very beginning, sort of that confidence factor for her, dealing with a couple nagging injuries in her shooting hand and her shoulder. That makes a difference. You got to kind of both mentally manage that as well as find that consistency in the reps in the gym where you're comfortable at the line.
She will make both free throws, has 8 points, and it seems like in the last few games, Gregory's starting to come back around to what we saw from a year ago, that tough, hard-nosed X-factor for K-State. Can get inside, gets you some baskets when you need it most.
Well, it isn't needed and has not been asked this season to be a quote-unquote post player, because you've got an All-American in the middle. So she doesn't have to be the person that can post. Now you get a mismatch where you run a specific set and let her go one-on-one. Those are good looks for Kansas State. But ultimately, now her position on the board is to be that shooting guard, to be a distributor, to understand you got to rebound at your position and you got to knock down open shots when you have it.
Terrence Sides left open. Couldn't hit. Gregory gets the offensive rebound. Outlets to Walker. Short. I don't think Walker was quite ready for that to come out to her. And Southern back the other way. Just 5 of 29 from the floor against one of the nation's best defenses, K-State. Jeff Biddy was asking his defense to be more connected, be more focused. After the Oral Roberts game, they certainly have been that.
Well, and it's really been a message that he's had over the course of the last 10 days or so. And talking to him before this string of 3 games in 5 days, it was over finals week when they had time at the gym, that it was individual work, it was fundamental work. And that fundamental work was breakdowns on how they needed to guard people one-on-one. What people don't understand also, Brian, is that a one-on-one defensive philosophy, being able to stop somebody, just you against the ball handler, that then plays into the basics of your team defense concepts. But where people have to be in rotation, how I got to be in help. If I can't get someone stopped and send them to the help on baseline, and they get to the middle of the floor, everybody else is out of position. It's a domino effect. So you having to be able to stop people sets up how you guard teams as a whole. And I think that was the message, that they've just got to continue to be better individually so you can be better as a group.
Screen by Moffitt to free Harris, but instead of a layup, she decided to pass. Ball deflected out. A difference of almost 6 seconds between the game clock and shot clock. Sides back to Moffitt. And one! Freshman to sophomore on the connection.
Great execution coming on that out of bounds underneath. Side was pushed out. It's not a traditional spot to be able to inbounds. But Southern gets confused. They look to switch. And Moffitt makes a great decision to go backdoor. No one there. Soft touch and an opportunity at the three-point play.
So Moffitt to the free throw line, and the sophomore will miss the free throws. He was frustrated about that. That was the 3rd foul on Tiana Lidge. So now both post players for Southern with 3 fouls in the first half.
And that's been an issue that they have dealt with all season as well. They know they're going to rack up fouls because of how aggressive they are defensively, and they have a mismatch. They just don't necessarily have the size of a P5 team.
Under 5 seconds. Southern trying to get a shot off before the buzzer. Johnson gets one off, but doesn't hit. First half comes to a close, and the Wildcats, standing on their defense, limit Southern just 5 made shots in the first half and force 6 turnovers. 49-15 K-State. Sophie Smith is with Jeff Biddy.
Coach, what did you think about your team's focus and execution offensively in this first half?
Yeah, I think early their quickness and their physicality was giving us a little bit of trouble. We were over dribbling, but I really liked our group as the half wore on.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Thank you, Sophie. Appreciate that. K-State holds Southern to just 4 points in the second quarter while scoring 27 of their own. Ayoka Lee with another big start for the Wildcats. We'll break it down when we return on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.